Reading is often referred to as an escape into different realities. Whether that escape is an amazing adventure or a perfect love story is all up to you. While many say that books are becoming less and less of a demanded product, what with all the closing of both bookstores large and small and the merging of publishers just to survive, it may look that way, but I have to heartedly disagree. I have been an avid reader all of my life, and a conversation starter I usually ask people is, what is your favorite book? In response, most of the time I've been told, I don't really know, or I can't remember the last time I read. Now, this seems like a sign that reading really is not popular as it once was, but a Times article I once read put it in a great way. I believe readers can be built. So now when I get this response, I ask them, what are your hobbies? What's your favorite TV show? And then I give them a recommendation on what I think they would love to experience. A gateway book, you could say. And exactly what the YA or young adult genre is great for is catering to find exactly what a person will love at a prominent age and getting them into reading for the rest of their lives. First, I will discuss the history of YA genre. Second, the diversity of the books throughout the genre and what constitutes to make YA. And third, I will discuss the effects that the YA fiction is having currently on our world. So firstly, starting off talking about the history of the young adult novels. Young adult fiction is actually rather new. While some other books have always been there, the same isn't exactly true for YA. There are older books, yes, like The Giver and Lord of the Flies, that belong in this genre, but I truly believe it is the Harry Potter series that really started the boom that YA is now. In a CNN interview, Shannon Peters, former president of the Young Adults Library Services Association, stated, "When I was a teen in the 90s, there were probably 3 shelves of teen books that I wanted to read. Now I feel like it evolved from 3 shelves to hallways of books." The crazy fact is how true this is, because all of a sudden, after the success of series like that, publishers in the market saw that they were missing out on an opportunity and began targeting their books towards teens instead of just children and adults. Publishers responded to this new market with dystopian novels like The Hunger Games and teen romances like The Fault in Our Stars. The constant success of books like these opened the genre into more subcategories that truly would get more popular and it would grow as a genre. And we'll go on to those subcategories right now. Having discussed the history of the genre, I will now discuss the exactly makes a book YA and the diverse subgenres that belong in the YA category. A great way to show you what exactly a young adult novel is the Harry Potter series. The Harry Potter series are the kind of books that you can grow up with. When you're passing a milestone in your life, the characters will be doing the same thing too. In fact, in the first 3 books, their characters are 11, 12, and 13, and the subject matter is quite light, and while there are dangerous situations, everything seems to be very straightforward. There's only black and white, good and bad. This changes greatly in the later books. In those, they start to dealing with things like relationships, jealousy, good motives that make you do bad things, betrayal, not being enough, and just so much more. As described by Imogen Williams in The Guardian, YA is most likely to deal with, frankly, with sex, tackle challenging issues and adult relationships, and feature swearing, and I agree with this a little, but the genre has grown. Looking at my bookshelf, books falling into the YA category are completely different. Some examples would be The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is YA because while yes, it deals with fairies, there also is a girl in the world where she feels like she doesn't belong. Or American Royals by Catherine McGee, a YA romance that delves into trying to fit into a role you don't believe you belong in. Or Truly Devious, a great example of a YA mystery, making your own path, and The Inheritance Game, a thriller about fighting against the odds and getting what is yours. So I'm just going to put you down. Now that we have learned about what exactly a young adult novel is and what consists of one, I will discuss the future of YA and the impact that it is currently having on our world. Like many other things in our world, books have the tendency of making a difference on people's lives. YA especially has this effect because readers are typically in the stage of their lives where they're still impressionable and making choices about themselves and the world around them. It's because of this that they find characters and qualities that they like and just hold on to them. This is very true for me and my all-time favorite book, The Cruel Prince. I love the main character Jude, and I strive to take the best parts of her and put them into my soul, and when you embody something that much, it's impossible to let go. This is a book that I read once every 2 months, and even though it may sound a little funny, I know it will always affect how I view our world. And this isn't just true for me. It's true for others. Books like The Hunger Games and Harry Potter have shown a generation that you have to fight for what you believe in, and people have grown up believing the things that these books have taught them. These books really make that much of a lasting impression. Elizabeth Arriaga, the author of Poet X, stated in an interview with Atlanta, literature helps shape the worldview, the capacity for empathy, and for those who consume it. While books seem to be getting less and less popular, it is social media that truly gives hope for the future of young adult. Social medias like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok have brought along a whole new community that encourages readers. These platforms, also known as BookTube, Bookstagram, and BookTok, give reviews, showcase diverse novels, and so much more. As long as publishers keep pushing for what audiences want and try to find ways to create connection to more readers, I truly believe that there will be a future in YA. In conclusion, I have went over the history of your young adult genre, the diverse subgenres that are a part of it, and the impact that it will have in the future. The YA genre is diverse and wide and has a lot of great content and seems to have a great future to look forward to. As Chris Crown once said, good YA books can knock the reluctance out of reluctant readers, can provoke critical thinking in sophisticated readers, and can provide hours of pleasures for most of all readers. Thank you for listening.